Well, good afternoon, guys. We're here for something a little bit different, or maybe a lot of bit different for this channel. We're here for a Gauntlet review of the Hennessy A-Sym Classic. This is in their Survivor camo. As you can see, it's already set up here. But if you hang with me through the intro, you'll see a little bit of the setup, and I'll explain a little bit more about what's going on. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for choosing to spend your time with me today. Like I said before, this is a Hennessy Hammock. We're going to do a review on it. Now, I am doing this Gauntlet review just a little bit different. Different in that being, guys, typically when I do a review of an item, whether a knife or a cook stove or whatnot, I have already done a lot of testing on it. Like I said, this hammock, I have spent many an afternoon nap in it. I have never spent a full night in it, though. And I didn't want to show it off to you guys until I had spent a full night in it. Well, it's different in that I haven't done it yet. You guys are going to join me for my first full night in this hammock. Now, having slept in it, I feel like I can say how things are going to go, but I guess we'll see together. Now, some of you may be wondering what's up with this nasty blue tarp behind me. Well, guys, we are at a campsite that I set up about a year ago, just a semi-permanent site for when I had the time. I could just run out, throw up my hammock, and I could spend some time out here by myself or with my kids or doing whatever. Well, I haven't had the time to make it out this far on my property for quite a while. Well, we're going to do it again. But today what we're going to do is we're going to replace that old nasty blue tarp with this hammock. Alright, guys, well, I am going to include me setting up portions of this hammock, but for the interest and length of this video, I want to talk about the functionality, the comfort of it, and stuff like that instead of an how-to of how to set this up. I'm going to link to both Mike from Blue Mountain Bushcraft and Outdoors and John from the Wingman 115. Both of those guys did an excellent how-to on how to set this up. So if you guys are interested in this hammock and want to purchase it for yourself, but you want to know how to set it up first, go check out their videos. I'm not trying to pass the buck, guys. I just don't want you to have to watch a 25-minute video of both me using this overnight and showing you exactly how to set it up. Alright, folks, this one's a little bit different than other hammocks. You actually come in from the bottom, which is pretty unique, at least as far as my experience goes. Not saying it's that way 100%, it's just as far as what experience I have. Have Velcro right here back where your feet go. You just slide in, have a seat, and scoot up to where it's comfortable. And I do have to say, it is comfortable. All right, pardon me, guys, here. It's going to get kind of wiggly. I want to take you with me. Say hello to my dog. Hey, Toby. All right, like I said, it's just you got a Velcro entrance right here, which it does seem kind of weird. Hey, how am I not going to fall out, Joe? Well, you'll see here in just a second if I can get in and manage the camera at the same time. Once you get your bottom up over the back of that Velcro seam, your weight closes it back up. So even though it seems weird, what if I fall out in the middle of the night? You're not gonna. This is a little bit awkward without having two hands to scoot up, but get up, find your comfortable spot. Now, from the outside looking in, it does look like there's a fair dip in the tarp, but your weight stretches it out flat. Well, for the most part. Now, I do have this tarp up higher than is more than likely recommended, but it's getting warmer out here. I need to tighten that side down, don't I? But it's getting warmer around here, and I want as much ventilation as possible. As you can see, or hopefully anyway, it's about where my head is. You got plenty of headroom. We'll tighten that tarp down before we go to sleep tonight. Alright, and to get out, guys, you just follow the process in reverse. Kick your legs out and wiggle on through. And out you go. Maybe call me old-fashioned, I don't know. With this diamond shape set up perfectly, you don't have a lot of flap on the ends that don't have tags. I would prefer if they would put tie outs on these sides here instead of having to depend on that one tie out. That way you could really fine tune exactly how this tarp is going to lay. Now this does have built-in mosquito netting up under here. I don't know if you guys have hammock camped with mosquito netting, but that cuts down on your ventilation. And so once you're in there, your body temperature starts warming up the ambient air in there. That mosquito netting really cuts down on the amount of even slight ventilation that can happen. And so it does start to heat up and can get uncomfortable on warmer nights, which is why I like to have my tarp up a little bit higher to allow as much wind through there as possible. All right, guys, well, here she is set up. It's not perfect, not the perfect setup. I'm just using the trees that I have around me. This will work. Now, that being said, here is kind of the hitch in this video. I have obligations I have to meet tonight, and by the time I make it back out here, it will be dark, which is why I gave you the tour first. So that being said, guys, I will bring you back in, give you a nighttime perspective of this hammock, kind of conclude things up tomorrow morning. But anyway, like I said, I have some obligations I have to meet out in the real world, and we'll come back after it's dark. So to me, that's going to be about 8 hours. To you, that's going to be right now. Well, folks, obviously it's not nighttime. Obligations didn't take as long as I thought. So anyway, I'm out here at light, and I figured I might as well show you, a little bit of the experience, or the camping experience anyway. So here we go. We are supposed to get at least, I would say, a significant portion of rain tonight. So I am going to set up a secondary tarp here. That blue tarp I took down, I'm going to put that sucker back up. One of the downsides to a setup like this is you don't have living area to speak of. So I'm going to set up a secondary tarp to cook under, just to hang out under, stuff like that.
Just about dinner time, guys. I'm going to use a new stove today, a Woodmite alcohol stove. And split pea soup, some kind of Italian thing I found at the store in the international section. Becoming pretty fond of that international section. For being a double mix, and well, basically a double mix, used half the amount of water prescribed for this soup. It's not too salty. It tastes good. Pasta's done. All right, guys. Well, like I said, it's not the best in the world. I mean, it's pretty good. It's better than canned soup by far. But, I could make better at home. All right, guys. Well, I have putzed around and had a lot of fun. It's probably just shy of 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Anyway, that's the inside night view. It's about 65 degrees. I'm not going to use the ground pad I brought. I may live to regret that. I don't know. We'll see. But here comes the awkward part, guys, and I don't really know how to show you this in the nighttime. Alright. Get all gussied up in your hammock. And sit down on your slit. And I'm going to bring you guys with me. Now the easiest way, not sure that showed, was just to bring in the bottom of your mummy bag or whatever you're using with the bottom of your feet, and that will start to close the bottom of the hammock. And then you have as much full range of motion as you normally would in a regular hammock, almost. And then you just kind of, scoot on back and work yourself around and get yourself in your bag like normal. And here we are, guys. That's about as wrapped up as I'm going to get for the night. It's pretty warm, actually, with wool socks and just, regular street clothes. And as you can see, Mr. Moth has come out to visit me. And like I said, it's probably just past 1 now. I am going to crash. It's been a long day. One thing I want to show you guys first, though, this is a UV pack light. The specific model is called a tube light. Works pretty good. You charge it up with your flashlight and it works for about 4 to 6 hours. They advertise 10 to 12, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, it makes for a nice glowing light in your hammock. Just to give you enough light to do what you need to do. Anyway, now here's for the ultimate selfie. Alright guys, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to listen to my book, Angry America and Going Home, book number 6, I believe. So anyway guys, I will see you in the morning.
Oh, good morning. Guys, I will finish this review when I'm awake. But it is early morning, and I'm going back to sleep now.
Well guys, I'm sure I look like I just woke up, because that's pretty much the truth. Had a little bit of coffee, just enough to be at least somewhat human. But anyway, my final thoughts on this hammock. I had a great night's sleep. I mean, what more can you ask for with a hammock? I slept really, really well. It rained a bit last night, not a whole lot, not nearly as much as it was supposed to, but it did keep me dry with what rain we did have. I have very few complaints with this hammock. It's a really good hang. I don't particularly care for the bottom entrance there. It's just awkward. Maybe I'm spoiled or stuck in my old ways with getting in a hammock from the side like normal. This hammock does have a couple different configurations. You can set it up as a chair. You don't have to have the attached tarp on it. I'm not going to show that to you today because that would make for what is a long video already even longer. The setup on this hammock is relatively easy. It's pretty quick. I think a standard type hammock is a little bit quicker, but you know, you give and take with different features. You know, it is, like I said, it is nice that the tarp is attached, the bug netting is already attached, so you pretty much just go. The attachment points to the trees. They are unique, at least to my experience. They do work really well. There was absolutely no give to it whatsoever, no settle-in period where a lot of hammocks will, kind of, you set it up at your preferred height, you get in it, let things stretch out, then you get back out and adjust it a little bit more. There was nothing with that. So yeah, overall, this is a good hammock. I'm not going to stretch this out any longer than it needs to be, guys. The price point on this, honestly, I forgot to check before I came out here. I just checked on my phone, and what's coming up on it is about 150 bucks. There's obviously several different options because the price ranges vary widely. But with that being said, I'll put several links down in the description of this video so you can kind of do your own research, figure out exactly which particular model you want. If you choose to buy this hammock or just want more information about it, there'll be links in the description that will tell you all about the price points and options and stuff like that. The only real negative that I will give this hammock, aside from getting in the bottom, and that's, I just don't like that. That's not I can't say that's a negative thing because these are popular hammocks, so obviously a lot of people like that. The only real negative I will put to this thing is the footprint on the tarp itself is small enough that if you're used to camping out and using a hammock to sleep in, but also using the tarp or whatever you cover your hammock with to also use that as kind of like a base to live under, cook and you just hang out and stuff like that. This tarp doesn't really provide enough space to do that. So just to the left, I don't know what all is going to make it in this video, but this is a really old camp spot of mine. I had a blue tarp just out here as a semi-permanent thing so I could just run out here and throw up a hammock and just have some fun. I wouldn't have to waste time throwing up a tarp. There'd already be one here. Well, I took that down at the beginning of the video. Well, I actually ended up putting that back up so I could cook dinner last night and not have to worry about the rain or anything like that. Anyway, folks, that's about all I can say about this hammock. It is a good one. It's a good option. I enjoyed it. I slept like a rock, so what more can you ask for as far as that's concerned? Anyway, guys, let's wrap this up. I'm going to get some breakfast. But anyway, thanks for being here today. I've had a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've had a real overnighter, so I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, there's that subscribe button down there. I ask you to make use of it. And as usual, guys, hit up the comments section. Let's talk about this hammock and maybe some other hammock and sleeping arrangement options that you guys enjoy to use. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Have a great day.